Hi and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how you can set up the same layout that you've created in Grid Calculator Basic Edition in Adobe InDesign. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to decide on the font, the size. So let's create a new document here. And I'm just going to select any document, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to enter the font that I want, the size, then I'm going to create an X. Or you could create an H if you want, a capital H if you want to work with uppercase letters. So I'm going to select the text frame, go to Type, Create Outlines, and I'm going to copy the height and make sure that it's in points. So if it's not in points, you could press Command R to bring forth the rulers and right click on the top left edge and select points. So let's head back to Grid Calculator Basic Edition, and I'm going to select the document size that I want to work with, or you can enter your own custom size, enter the leading, and now I'm going to paste in the character height. After we've done that, let's continue moving on to the columns. Now you can customize your columns and set up to any value, which means that you will be breaking the grid. And you can play around with this on your own, but for now I'm going to follow the grid. So you can use the up and down arrows here, and I'm going to set our inner and outer margin to 5 lines. After I've done that, I'm going to select columns, and I'm also going to set up the top and bottom margin and see if we find something that we like here. I'm going to select 4 rows. So after you've set up your layout in the Grid Calculator Basic Edition, you can go to Actions, Copy Values. Now you have all the information that you need to set up your grid in Adobe InDesign. So let's go back to InDesign here. And I'm going to select A4 here. File, New Document, A4. Or if you set up your custom size, you can just enter that in the width and height here. I'm going to unlink these, and I'm going to set our margins to 0. Press OK. First thing that I want to do is I want to right click, go to Grids and Guides, Show Document Grid. After that, I'm going to paste in the information. Actually, it's very important that you work in the master pages here. So don't be working on a page here, but master page. And press Command K and Command 7 and on Windows that's Control. Set the start value to 0. Increment every. Okay, this is the leading, applied leading value. So we can see here that it's 4.243 millimeters. It's the same as 12.027 points. We're going to copy this value and we're going to paste it in here. And then we're going to set the subdivisions, both of them, to 1. And here we have the horizontal grid line area, which is basically the width of the grid. So it's 3 millimeters or 8.504 points. But I'm going to enter 3 millimeters here. 3 millimeters. Press OK. Now we have a grid that fits perfectly. Step number 2 is go to Layout, Margins and Columns, and I'm going to set up my top margin here, which is 15.559 millimeters. Bottom margin, 16.971 millimeters. And the inside and outside, it's 15 millimeters. Actually, let's change that to millimeters. And you can see that the value changes to points. And this is because the rulers are set to points. I'm going to change that. I'm going to show you just a second here. Let's continue with the columns. We have 3 columns. And the gutter is 9 millimeters. 9 millimeters. Enter. Fits perfectly. Let's change this to millimeters. Okay, what we're going to do next is hold down the Alt button and create a new layer and name it Image Lines. And I'm going to lock this first layer. Draw a guide from the top and snap it to the top margin. Hold down the Command or Control button on Windows to apply it on both pages. After you've done that, keep it selected and then go to Edit, Step and Repeat. And we can see that the number of image lines after top margin is 62. So I'm going to enter 62 here. And we're actually going to be using the vertical offset value is going to be set as the leading. So it's going to be 4.243 millimeters. And we can preview this and see that it fits perfectly. And if you want to change the colors on these guides, you can just select them, right click, select ruler guides, and I'm going to select the green here. Press OK. After I've done that, I'm going to lock the layers for the image lines. Okay, the last step before we create our paragraph style is to create a new layer. You can hold down the Alt button again and rename it to Rows. Then go to Layout, Create Guides. Make sure to fit guides to margins, otherwise it's going to misalign and it's going to look horrible. Okay, number of rows, 4. And the gutter is 7.074 millimeters. And you can check preview. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to change the colors of the guides to something that is more visible. Actually, I need to change it on this page also. So select that, right click, select ruler guides and the color. Okay, so now we've set up our rows. We can actually go ahead and delete this text here. And I'm going to lock the rows layer as well. So the last step is setting up our paragraph style for the body copy. Hold down Alt button and I'm going to name this style to body copy. I'm going to select the same font that I selected when I set up the X height. Size 10, leading 12.027 points. Indents and spacing, align grid to all lines, press OK. And let's see how it looks here. I'm just going to enter some random text and make sure to apply the style. And let's apply, okay, we have X here, so we can see that it fits perfectly. And that's basically it.